Hey, want to chime in on what's happening with your favorite KFAN program? Well, you can make your voice heard on the Bradshaw and Brian text line. Let us know what you have to say by texting your message to 64686. That's 64686. Standard message and data rates apply.
We are in the midst of Program Password, and I've accused the host, the MC of Program Password, of always providing a layup for the first clue after half the first password after halftime so that the team that's behind gets a little mojo going. If we ever needed a layup, it's right now.
You need about 4 layups.
What is the score right now? 30,
It is 41 donut.
Ooh.
It's 41 nothing.
Right.
Lil B and Amy James lead Common and Ron Johnson. I should take this time to mention one, thanks to Mark Landis, who's a listener. He's the one who keeps track of all of our stats.
Thank you, Mark.
So huge. Obviously, you heard all the stats last segment for the bracket reveal. That's all thanks to Mark. So appreciate Mark and all his work. But we've had it once before where a team has been shut out in Program Password. That was back on April 7th of 2023 when Frank Vassalero and Mark Rosen defeated Common and Amelia Santinello 82-0. So that record is in danger as we speak.
All right, that's the new goal. Ron, come on.
But there was another time where Parrish was playing and they were about to get shut out, so I intentionally gave a clue so they would get it correct because I didn't want to share that record with anybody else. Amelia and I are the only team to go undefeated. Now, if it's you and me, I don't mind doing it twice because that's a record that'll never be broke either. But I'm going to try to win.
You could lose by more than 82-0,
Yes,
so you'd have the largest
true.
deficit
There you
ever
go. I got
in Program
that going
Password
for me.
history.
Yeah, we don't want that.
Ron, I have, this is the way I approach things. If you can't be historically good, be biblically bad. And that's where we're headed right now.
No.
Let's see if we can get it turned around.
If you want to see this biblically bad performance, if you want to watch it, KFAN.com/watch, KFAN YouTube channel is where it is available. All right, let's begin the second half. Like I said, Lil B and Amy James up 41-0 on Common and Ron Johnson.
Just so you know, Lil B, if we get the worst loss ever, Common's going to take his shirt off, so you don't want that.
Oh, no, you don't want to see that.
don't want
that. My God.
I'm skin and bones, man.
So screw up one.
I'm just skin and bones.
All right, Lil B and Ron, take a look at the iPad, please. The password is Ginger. All right, Ron. Down 41 points. We've seen deficits this big be overcome before, though. You have the option to start. You want to go first or second?
I guess I can't ask the question. I had a question for you because you're the judge. Because I don't want to break the rules, but yeah, I got to, shoot. Let me see.
We'll just challenge it and take the points.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to do it that way,
risk losing
fine.
the points. All right, you have 5 seconds, Ron.
All right, I'll go first.
All right, Ron and Common for 10.
Ale.
Sick.
Lil B and Amy for 9.
Root.
Ron and Common for 8.
Red.
Ginger.
Yes, they're on the board.
Yes! You did it. Ginger.
I was going to ask, is redhead one word or 2 words?
That's 2.
Okay.
I was actually thinking the same thing for like Marianne for, is that 1 word or 2 words? Is Marianne 1 or 2? I'm guessing it's 2.
I don't know.
If you say Mario.
But redhead is 2 words?
Redhead's got
I think redhead's 1.
I think it's 1.
I think it's 1.
Yeah, see, that's what I was going to start. But I didn't want to.
Yeah, you can't.
we're-
Yeah.
I didn't want to do that and then
their hat.
screw it up. And
We're okay.
I can't believe
I got it after Lil B's clue.
You're on.
yes, I still might take the shirt off.
That's the key for you
We're
guys winning today. Just
not-
listen to their clues. It's 41-8. Common and Ron are on the board.
Not the worst
Amy
loss ever.
and Common, take a look at the iPad, please. The password is hook. All right, Common, you can start a little momentum here. You're down 33 points. See if you can get 2 in a row. You have the option. You want to go first or second? Five seconds.
I'll go first.
All right, Common and Ron for 10.
Fish.
Bowl.
Amy and Lil B for 9.
Captain Hook.
going second. She would have said fish. I would have said captain, and we would have got the
Yeah. I was thinking fish hook too, but then
You said bowl.
Bowl was the word you thought of.
yeah, fish bowl.
Yeah.
Should have said hook.
I was hoping
know,
you
if you were thinking
hook.
it.
Yeah.
All right, well, that momentum ended pretty
Okay.
abruptly there. It's 50-8. Lil B and Amy, you guys are 30
So we can
points.
use like motions when we say
No, we
captain.
cannot.
No.
I just
No,
said it
with
with a
your
lot
voice,
of.
but
You can do voice inflection.
Like I couldn't
Okay.
go fish.
Got to keep your hands to yourself.
Yeah.
Put your parts
Yeah,
on.
put
Because
your
if I
parts
could have
away,
done
Ron.
that, I would have fish.
I was thinking hook. Yeah, should have just said hook.
All right, Lil B and Ron, take a look at the iPad, please.
What happened to that brick wall you guys had in here?
Don't get me started.
How long has it been gone?
A couple of weeks, 3 weeks, something like that.
All right, Lil B and Ron, you take a look at the iPad, please. The password is mean.
Does that go? There it is.
All right, Ron, down 42 points. You have the option. You want to go first or second? Five seconds.
Let's go second.
All right, Lil B and Amy for 10.
Cruel. Intentions.
Great movie. Ron and Common for 9.
Bully.
Mean.
Oh, well, that's an easier word. Okay.
Well, that's the thing. It could have been a lot of different
I
words. and I
was
just threw out
bouncing
mean.
between bully and cruel, and I just thought, well, cruel, mean.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, you're a mean
No,
person.
you're
You're
right.
a cruel person.
Well, cruel.
I was just gonna
opened it
say
up for
little
the word
B, but
mean.
then I don't know if you would have got that one.
Funny stuff.
We're getting a
You're
call.
mean to him.
No,
it
I'm
would have resonated to him.
Well, cruel does open up mean and several other words like it. Just I had to guess the right one. So yeah, the cruel was a great clue. There wasn't anything wrong.
It was fantastic.
I didn't mean like you're
Vicious.
mean in general. Just
Yeah,
that's what he says.
yeah.
I'm just going off.
But
of-
no, I've never. Well, maybe I said it once. I don't know.
We do have a call from not Swedberg, from a different judge on line 10.
What other judge is there?
Captain. Oh, can we get the captain?
Okay, go ahead. Put them on. I don't dare. What did I do wrong now?
with Hook with Amy.
Oh,
What?
you weren't on there yet, Zach. You got to repeat what you're saying.
Yeah.
Lego.
Zacco.
I can't show it, Tenna, but if you go on the DVR of the stream, you can go back and see it. It's
See what?
pretty obvious.
What?
What?
You haven't explained what?
She moved her right arm out, basically like a pirate
That's what I was saying.
across her
I don't
body.
remember a
She
pirate
did. She
saying-
said captain.
No, it was like, it was
Oh,
just
yeah.
like, Captain.
But
like
you
that.
moved your arm.
It was
well,
like
Captain.
that explains why they're doing so well. What
No.
other? What else have you seen on there,
It's
Zacco?
very convenient that the guy running the stream can't come up with the video evidence for it.
I said the same thing though. I saw it. That's why I was like, can we move?
Yeah, yeah.
How about some
see,
impartial people in the studio? Did you guys see me do a Oh, no.
well.
She did.
I mean, I wasn't asking you. I was asking your brother.
I did say it. That's probably why Zach
Yeah,
looked.
see?
Well,
So
but what are the rules? Do they have to challenge it or not?
I did. I asked.
Well, the problem is
Oh boy.
we've now done an answer after that, which I guess you still would have the option. So I guess that doesn't change anything.
I should
I will-
be able to pull it up here 1 second.
Okay, I will say
Can't wait, Zach. Can't wait.
I am going to announce to everyone in the Program Password Invitational that I will not be calling out any of those stuff anymore. So it's going to have to be a challenge by
Like,
the teams.
The teammates are going to have to do
Yeah.
their own
Yeah.
challenging.
If,
I
if,
think
it's an illegal word, if it's
Yep.
a hand motion, I'm not going to call it.
I fully support that.
Okay.
I can't believe I did that. I remember
Watch
doing it.
foreign too. I feel like she gave her the.
This is a big moment because this is either going to be
Ron.
this is either going to be 50-17 or it's going to be 41-26. So this is a big moment if Zach can come up with a video. If you can't come up with a video, I'm not going to.
I want to see it.
Oh, here we go. Here's the. Can you rewind that a little bit there?
Lucko.
This is controversial.
It really is. I don't think I.
This is why you should watch at
And the beeping is because
KFAN.com/watch.
now Dad's calling too.
This is
To
like
say,
Here it is.
like the NBA is like a challenge.
Like the golf channel.
It wasn't as excessive as you guys said it was.
Thank
Like,
you.
she didn't do like an actual motion, but she did kind of clench her arm.
Well, because I wanted to get the inflection in my voice. It had nothing to do with that.
you know.
It wasn't like
with
hook.
this captain.
I can't say
she was
bully.
using her shoulder
Like this, like Captain,
she was grunting.
like that.
Bully.
Captain.
Come on, Tenby, make it a close game.
Oh, there's Dad.
Can I see it again?
Yeah, see it again.
Because she didn't like do a motion with
didn't
it.
make-
The arm
She just had her.
moved.
It It didn't
Do that again, Zach. Do that again. I need slow motion here.
Who else is calling in?
Nobody's calling in. I think that's just that's Zach.
The
I don't.
beep of
Beeping all over the place here.
Here, Zach. I'm going to get you off the phone.
Zacko.
Maybe he's getting other calls.
I just don't think I did any
Now she's changing the play. He's changing the playback speed.
Isn't that funny? Isn't that funny? They're going to rule in their favor.
All right, I'm going to watch one more time. I'm going to see where this arm starts.
Okay. I would say it if I did it.
You sound like a pirate there.
Captain.
Are you going to say that's okay, matey?
I'm going to say after further challenge, we will overrule the original points. That is an illegal hand motion by Amy James.
Come on.
They go back to 41 points.
Yeah, no.
Common and Ron are now at 26.
That's how you want to win?
Sure, absolutely. Anyway,
This is going to be
you ain't
even
cheating, you ain't trying.
sweeter, Lil B.
There goes my
That's fine.
future concert tickets.
Even sweeter.
I like the wolf shirt, though. It's a nice shirt.
This is a great shirt.
Great shirt.
It's sweet.
All right, so it's 41-26. Lil B and
Ryder.
Amy
Must be
lead
J.R. Ryder.
Common and Ron. Amy and Common, take a look at the iPad. The password is dough. Common, all of a sudden you re-energize. It's a 15-point game here. You can make it a one-possession game. You have the option. Would you like to go first or second?
Second.
All right.
Oh, no, you got it. What you
Amy and Lil B.
I just said,
Oh, don't do any hand
I'm just
motions
bitter.
now.
Yeah,
That's
don't do a
all.
hand motion.
I'm sitting on my hands.
Amy and Lil B for 10.
Pillsbury. Dough.
Wow.
Genius clue. Don't need the points, fellas. That was a great clue.
I was going to say Doughboy. So
I would have let you change it. Yeah. All right, 51-26.
so good, I didn't-
Ladies back to a comfortable 25-point lead. Lil B and Amy, take a look at the iPad.
No.
Or excuse me, Lil B and Ron,
there we
take
go.
a look at the iPad. The password is Rocky. All right, Ron,
that was
down
such a good clue.
25 points.
I thought you'd say bread. She'd say something. I'd say need. He'd say dough. We'd be right there. And instead, we're,
Except for you hear the different version of need.
yeah.
Ron, you're down 25. You have the option. You want to go first or
I'll
second?
give Ron some credit. He would have known what I was talking about. Kneading dough, right?
yes. No.
You need.
We'll go first.
No, not you need money. Not that kind of dough. Kneading dough. Yeah.
I got it.
Ron and Common for 10.
Creed.
Apollo.
Lil B
Why would I say Apollo?
and Amy for 9.
Balboa. Fighter. Oh, I can't. I'm sorry.
Ron and Common for 8.
Stallone.
Rocky.
For God's sake.
Oh my God. I thought she was going to get it on that one.
I did
I didn't think about Balboa.
Have you seen the Rocky movies? Uh-huh. Oh, for God's sake. And what's worse is Rocky wasn't even going to be my next guest. If I'm being totally honest, it was going to be Boxer. There, I said it.
We got ourselves a game. It's 51-34. Lil B and
So
Amy
I was
with
on the
lead.
right track, though, with Apollo Creed.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. I didn't think about Balboa.
Amy and Common, take a look at the iPad. The password is piano. All right, Common, down 17. You can make this very interesting. Flip that over there, Amy. Thank you. You have the option, Common. What do you want to do, first or second? Five seconds.
I'll go first.
All right, Common and Ron for 10.
Keyboard.
Computer.
Amy and Lil B for 9.
Ivories. Keys. Ivories.
Common and Ron for 8.
Organ.
Piano. Oh, okay.
I should have just thought about it a second longer.
When she said keys, we said organ. I'm like, okay, I'm going the wrong direction.
No.
I was going to sing man next, so man.
For Rocky, though, I think if you and I were partners, I would have said ASAP. Would you have gotten that one? Or no? No. See, no.
Maybe
You
not.
wouldn't have went there? Okay. It's just a me and Lil B conversation. ASAP Rocky.
ASAP Rocky.
This is the smallest lead of the game because it was 10-0 to start. All of a sudden, we're down to 9 points. It's 51-42.
Feeling nervous.
Lil B and Amy with the lead. Lil B and Ron. Take a look at the iPad. The password is ladder. All right, Ron, technically you could take your first lead of the game. You're down 9. You have the option. What do you want to do here, first or second?
Let's go first.
All right, for the lead, Ron and Common for 10.
Fireman's.
Ladder.
Oh, wow.
I could have said Jacobs, but I didn't know if you would get it. I didn't know if you would have got that one.
Yeah, no, I would have. Yeah, very good.
Nice job.
Also, I could have put you up for holes.
Well, first I was thinking fireman's ball. Why you got the fireman's
No, I
ball?
wouldn't say ball.
Common and Ron were down 41-0 at half. They now have the lead 52-51.
He's taking the shirt off.
Oh, wait, no.
Amy and Common, take a look at the iPad. The password is treasure. Amy, I know this is going to be odd, but you have a decision to make here. You have the option.
All right.
For the first time all game, you're down a point. You want to go first or second?
I'll go first.
All right, Amy and Lil B to regain the lead. This one for 10.
Island. Treasure.
Wow.
Great clue.
I was going to sing casino.
I was thinking casino, too.
That's what I was going to sing.
I was sitting on my hands so hard. I was like, getting ready to get my pirate on again. Great clue. She loves pirates. Ooh, arr.
I was waiting for you to say buried treasure. All right, Lil B and Amy regain the lead. They're up 61-52. They're 19 points away from a win. Lil B and Ron, take a look at the iPad. The password is Subway. All right, Ron, you're down 9. You have the option. Do you want to go first or second? Five seconds.
Second.
All right, Lil B and Amy for 10.
Tram. Train.
Ron and Common for 9.
Underground.
Subway.
The second word.
The second word.
Eat fresh.
Eat fresh.
We have a tie game.
2 words.
Oh my God.
61.
Wait, I have a question. Is footlong one word or 2?
I'd say 1.
You think so?
I would say
Yeah.
2.
Footlong hot dog.
I know. Well, I was thinking like footlong sandwich. Maybe
Yeah.
you would have said Subway. No?
$5
All right.
footlong.
You would have been like singing it, probably.
It's tied 61-61. Both teams are 19 points away from a win. Amy and Common, take a look at the iPad. The password is notebook. All right, we have a tie game. So the possession arrow is now on Common and Ron. So Common, you've got the decision to make here. You want to go first or second?
I'll go first.
Common and Ron for 10.
Spiral.
Notebook.
Wow.
I was thinking throw, but I'm like, you wouldn't. Yeah, but I was like, you wouldn't go football.
Ron, that was 3rd and 15, and you catch that thing 1 yard past the
that was
sticks
really
and
good.
20 seconds left in the game. That was
I had to
huge.
get into the mind of somebody from 1960. So
Big time play by Ron Johnson. All of a sudden,
Spiral. Because I've got one in front of me right now.
so Common and Ron, you're at 71. You're 9 points away from a win.
What is going
Lil B and Amy, you're still at 61. You will have the option here. Lil B and Ron, take a look at the iPad. The password is microwave. All right, Lil B. Down 10 points. Option is on you. you want to go first or second?
First.
All right, Lil B and Amy for 10.
Nuke. Bomb.
Ron and Common for 9, and the win and a shirt off.
I know it.
Cook.
Microwave.
Wow, they win!
Yes!
Greatest comeback ever. I'm not taking the shirt off because there's kids in here.
I wish I could do the gritty, but I don't know how. I've tried.
Greatest comeback ever.
I can do the Iggy Shuffle.
Down 41.
Yeah.
80
came
to
back and
61. Outscored them 80 to 20.
And to the guy that tweeted Tennessee earlier and said that this was going to be a landslide in their favor, hey, buddy, screw you.
We did it. Touchdown,
We did
2-point
it.
conversion, onside
Hey,
kick.
that's all we
Touchdown,
needed.
2-point conversion, onside kick.
Was
Remind
that
me
Patrick
to-
Peterson, right? Patrick
Yes,
Peterson.
yeah.
And we were down 33 at one point.
How did that happen?
So I think CJ
You
Ham
did a hand motion.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Zach.
Remind
Shout
me
out
to thank Zecco on Monday.
Yeah.
Shout out to Zach.
Ron, thanks so much for coming in. Good to
Hey,
see you again, my
appreciate
friend.
it, appreciate
Ron
it.
Johnson.
Greatest comeback ever.
Yes. Amy James, thanks so much.
Hey, thanks for having me.
You bet.
Do we get free tickets now?
No.
For the greatest comeback?
No.
To the
bit
secret
time.
show?
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Is it
Secret
Snoop Dogg?
show. Oh, secret show.
It's
Snoop
going to be
Dogg.
Snoop Dogg.
He's coming to town.
He's coming. I don't think it's a secret.
We'll break. We'll come back with more Common Man program here on the Fan.
KFAN welcomes some great shows to Grand Casino Arena in the next year, including Lionel Richie with Earth, Wind, and Fire on June 24th. Tickets are on sale now. Get the complete details on all of our upcoming shows on the concert page at KFAN.com, keyword calendar.
Should we straddle?
Yeah, let's straddle.
Let's straddle. A closed circuit to the emailer who sent me a Dark Star Memorial. He sent me a Dark Star Memorial, like I think it was the obituary, and said, could you punch it up and tell a few jokes? And I forgot to do that. I was planning to. I like that idea of letting me actually be an obit writer. So, I will look at that this weekend and do a Dark Star Memorial Hour for next Friday for that individual. Because you were the Dark Star. We called it the Dark Star Memorial Hour because for a number of years, Dark Star until what year was it he passed away? Tennessee, was it? It wasn't way back in 2012, was it? Was it that?
I think it's in like the 10 to 15 year range at this point.
And Dark, of course, had a long and distinguished career at WCCO Radio. And when he retired from there, he said, I still want to be on the radio. Common, I know you have Fridays, because Rosen was doing, I think he was
Mondays
still doing
through
Mondays through
Thursdays, right?
Thursdays. And Dark said, all I really want is 1 hour. And I said, you're in. And then he was with us for 3, 4, 5 years. And then he passed away, and then we've always had the Dark Star Memorial Hour. That's what we've always called this hour. And then people started sending in memorials where they would send in. And it doesn't have to be someone who just recently, that died, the last day or two. We have people that, say, I just on the anniversary of my mother's death or my father or whatever the case may be, people will often do this. So if you have that and want to do a little ode, we do that right after program password during the Friday hour. I will say I found out a friend of mine, Doug Solom, a longtime friend, sent me a text yesterday and wanted to know if I'd heard that a friend of ours, Jim Brenner, had passed away, and I had not heard. And Jim was a good friend. That was back from my Coon Rapids days. That was back in my Haight-Ashbury days, the Brenner brothers and me and the O'Meras, and both Sean and Pat O'Mara have passed away as well. And Don Sargent, another running buddy, He's gone to the great beyond as well. So a lot of my old pals are no longer with us. But yeah, so I made Jim rest in peace, and I talked to his brother Chuck. Chuck was closer my age. Jim was older. He was like 7 years older. We still hung out though, but he was a little older than me. But people they come and they go, as we know. So, but if you have one, go ahead. So Tennessee. What if the Wild were to get out to a 2-0 lead tomorrow night?
I think it's best you just keep it scoreless for as long as possible.
It's always good to have the lead. Yeah.
Yeah, I would love that.
What would benefit them, right? I mean, again, it's not as though they can't fight back. Game one, they were down 3-0.
They're up.
They're up
5-4 in that game. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. They were down 3-0, and they came back immediately, tied the score, and then went ahead. In game two, they gave up a goal on the first shot of the game, and they were a minute or two in, and they immediately tied it 6 seconds later. So it's not like there's any hangdog quitting the club, And after 3-0, I mean, I think there's part of human. I mean, look, it's the first game of the series. You're an athlete. You got pride, blah, blah, blah. We know all that. But still, sometimes it's like, we're down 3-0. What the hell happened here? And you're kind of shell-shocked. But the Wild...
At least the 3-0 was so early in the game where you still got a lot of time ahead of you.
And so despite the fact if they were shell-shocked, they fought back and they made it a game until it became 9-6. And you had sent me Russo had tweeted out and you forwarded it to me that Eriksson Eki was on the ice today, but then so there was some hope that he's going to play, but then what did Russo say that he sat out for most of the practice?
He was described as limited today. Okay. Limited. There were some moments. There was like a 20-minute stretch where he was just sitting on the bench. They didn't have him doing special team stuff, which is kind of where you need him the most.
Right.
With how big the power play and penalty. I know. I was reading a story at The Athletic there where Hines basically they talked about how Hines had shown the team some numbers that are basically like, hey, 5-on-5 guys, we're playing with these guys. Like we're right with them. Even we're slightly better than them 5-on-5 according to maybe some of the analytics, but the power play and penalty kill has absolutely killed them through two games, which is a story we've heard in the playoffs before. But, so clearly Joel Eriksson would be important to have him back just because they need someone defensively who can go out there against Nate McKinnon. But Ek's a big part of the power play. He's your net front presence. They don't really have that. He's a guy who can win battles on loose pucks on the power play. And then penalty kill, he's, your best face-off guy and can kill some penalties. So he's been a significant loss in that area. What is,
because you're a hockey guy, I know that, I mean, there are several components to both the PK and the PP, but is there something that is like the most important? Is it like on the power play, having a guy in front of the net? Is that the most? I mean, is it pinpoint passing? What makes a power play really effective? I know scoring goals.
There's so much that goes into that. I mean, obviously having highly skilled players that have hockey IQ. You're basically on a 5-on-4. You want to get the PK into a position where you turn that 5-on-4 into like a 2-on-1, right? Like you're trying to move the puck until all of a sudden they're out of position to a point where, all right, we have a 2-on-1 on this spot of the ice.
Okay.
Depending on the PK, depending on your strengths, the one thing the Wild have always had issues with on the power play is all their guys are left-handed. So on one side of the ice, they don't have a one-time option, which can make it easier for the other team's PK to kind of shade towards the one side because, right, like when you go up against the Washington Capitals and you have Ovechkin on the one side in his house, you have to respect that pass across one time in all the time.
Okay.
In fact, McKinnon did it against us in game 2 the other night. The Wild only kind of have that in one direction. So when basically only Kaprizov on the one side is where you can get those one times, you can kind of shade towards the Kaprizov side.
Is that
and even when you're on and the puck's on the other side, Quinn Hughes is left-handed as well, so he's not a one-time option. Zuccarello when he's in is not a one-time option. So it's catch release that gives time for the goalie to get set. That gets time for their PK to get set up.
Is that rare, or is that the norm to have the teams are unbalanced either with left-handed or right-handed? Do you take that in consideration when you're putting your team together? Or you just take best players and if they're right?
We've been talking about a right shot for years with the Wild of how important it would be how great it would be to get a right shot, which part of the reason why I wanted, before the season started and you were looking at teams that potentially might not make the playoffs, who you could go out and get come trade deadline, because I thought they would make moves come trade deadline. I wanted Tage Thompson for the Buffalo Sabres. I thought he was the best fit here. He's a center. He's huge. He's skilled. And he would sit there and do those one-timers on that side of the ice, which problem is the Buffalo Sabres had an unexpected year, was one of the best teams in the Eastern Conference, and now they're in the second round of the playoffs. Right. So they didn't tank like we thought maybe Buffalo historically would. Stamkos was a guy, his name was thrown out as rumored to potentially be available before the trade deadline. Technically, Alex Ovechkin is going to be a free agent this year. I can't see a scenario in which he would leave Washington, and he's clearly starting to fade a little bit athletically. He doesn't move as well as he used to, but he's still a threat with a shot on the power play. He could be a power play specialist. But yeah, in the immediate future, there are no right hand options that are that we can put on our power play.
You know that heavy right hand, left hand. That I've told this story before in regards to basketball. When Pete was playing high school basketball for Eastridge, they went over to play CDH, Cretan Durham Hall, and that's when they had Jiggy Traw, Trey Holloman on the team, and highly regarded. Ended up playing for Michigan State, then transferred. I think maybe was it Texas Tech? No, North Carolina State. He played his final. I think was a senior this year. Anyway, he scored 25 points, but it was a quiet 25. And on the way home, I said to baby brother Peter, I said, I think the Holloman kid's kind of overrated. He goes, well, that's because you're a casual. I go, what do you mean? He goes, our entire game plan is predicated on what he does. He goes, we never go to that side of the floor where he is. We don't go near him because he's so good defensively. So I guess what I'm trying to draw some type of a comparison. Like you say, if you don't have the right, like you say, if you don't have a real good shot, right-handed shot on the power play, then you don't really have to, you try to shade him over to that side so that you're less effective.
Yeah, I mean, that's what made Dallas great on the power play is all 5 guys were extremely good in the roles in which they are at, right? Like Heiskanen is a great offensive defenseman on the point. Johnston is elite in that bumper position in front of the net. He can tip and deflect pucks from Heiskanen. He can, catch and release from that spot. Obviously, they had some other skill guys like Robertson who, if you get the puck on his stick and a chance to shoot it, he can put it exactly where he wants, but he's also very smart, knows where to be on the ice. He can be in the right spot for rebounds. Rantanen obviously is a little bit of a horse with some skill. They just kind of, like, every guy that has the puck on the ice in that spot is dangerous. When you take out Joel Eriksson Ek, we don't really have a net front guy like him. Okay. You can throw Ryan Hartman in that spot. He's just not the same. So you take out a net front guy, and you also don't have a right-handed option on the power play. Zuccarello is a great passer, but he's not going to be a shot first option for you very much. Quinn Hughes is elite at walking the blue line, but doesn't necessarily have the heaviest shot in the world. He's just more of a distributor and a passer. So, I don't know. Maybe they'll find something on Colorado's PK and change that around in Game 3.
Bradshaw and Brian, KFAN text line. This one says, what are Teneby's thoughts about putting the big 6'8", he's actually 6'4", right? McCarron character on the power play.
I think he's bigger than 6'4".
Okay. And put him, and plant him in front of Wedgwood in the power play. Just plant him right in front.
I'll be honest with you. I've never seen McCarron on a power play. Okay. So it's hard to know if he has that in his skill set. I don't even know if he was ever on a power play in Nashville. I'm guessing not. He has not played on a power play here. It's hard to know whether some of that'll translate. There's more to just standing in front of the net. You also have to be able to, move down to the goal line and be able to make passes from there. You have to be, participating to a certain extent on your entries into the zone. I will say I got a tweet from a listener, and I actually agree with him that, if Joel Eriksson Ek can't go tomorrow, his take was, and I agree, is let's move McCarron to that second line where you have Boldy and Johansson. Right now, Urov has played there, and Urov has been fine, but McCarron at least could maybe bring a little bit more of the heavy game that Eriksson Ek did. He can get in on the forecheck. Without Urov, you don't really have that, and I felt like that line wasn't forechecking as well without Eriksson Ek out there. And part of Boldy's game, too, is he can get in on the forecheck, force turnovers, and then you get offense off of forcing the turnovers. That is a move I would consider, even though they haven't played together. I don't know how that chemistry would go. But by moving McCarron between Boldy and Johansson, you'd get a better forecheck maybe. And also, Urov, Trenyan, and Tarasenko all three are Russian. They've formed that Russian line throughout the year, and they've had streaks of good play where you could at least maybe get like a third line that could score for you. So I don't hate that idea at all, and I would consider that if Ek can't go, but I have a feeling Ek's going to go.
Really? Now, do you think, it's hard to know, but with his limited time today, it seems to me, and I don't know, but it's almost like because it's the Cup, because it's going to give it a try, but it's like probably one of those where you've seen players do that before. They go out and give it a try because like Wentz did. Wentz, I'm going to give it a try, even though my labrum's shattered. My shoulder is hanging off my right, not like a howitzer, but like a broken limb on a tree, and I'm going to play. And that's my only fear is that he goes into trying. We're not going to get the same.
It happened 3 years ago.
Yeah,
I think it was the Dallas series that he was hurt in. He tried to come back. He comes back for a game later in the series. Literally was on the ice for like 10 seconds, realized he couldn't go.
Yeah.
And then, so now you were down to 11 forwards the rest of the game. So that is the risk. Now with Eck, I think it's a risk worth taking.
Okay.
If he wants to go or wants to give it a shot, I mean, without him, they ain't winning this series. Let's be honest. Unlikely. Barring magical goaltending from Volstead the rest of the way, like they're not going to win the series without Eriksson Ek, I don't think.
Well, even with,
so I would take the risk, and if you can't go, you play 11 forwards and you double up Kaprizov and Boldy as much as possible.
Well, even with or without you, even with Ek.
It's going to be an uphill battle.
You got to win 4 out of 5 against the best team in
against
hockey.
An elite team.
Yeah, against a really good team. I put on your general manager's hat. Season's over. It's not over yet, but number one is signing Quinn Hughes, right? That's
yes.
number prior. After that, what is it like? Do you look for a right-handed power play? I mean, where
number one center,
and
which might not be right-handed.
Okay.
They're not going to be able to find that in free agency, so they are going to have to go the trade route. I would kick the tires on Austin Matthews for Toronto.
You mean Toronto?
Or Toronto.
Yeah, Toronto.
They didn't make the playoffs this year. They actually just won the draft lottery. They're going to get the number one pick in the draft.
Really?
So they're about to have a young superstar on their hands there. But Austin has been there for a while. They've been great in the regular season. Have not done it in the postseason. Now they didn't make the playoffs. They just got a new GM. Austin might be in a position where he wants to get out of there. It's probably hard being an American captain in a Canadian market and you're not flourishing and succeeding from a team standpoint. It just might be time in Toronto for them to make some changes.
Toronto.
Matthews was the number one center on Team USA this year, so he's already got a relationship with Bill Guerin. To me, that's the big swing I would go for. Now, what assets are you going to have to get him? Because all of a sudden that Volstead asset looks like one. I don't think I'm willing. I don't think I'm willing to give him up now. And so there's not a lot of prospects anymore after we did the Quinn Hughes trade. But I'd kick the tires, probably more than kick the tires. I'd probably give a test drive on Austin Matthews. Otherwise, Brady Tkachuk in Ottawa. He's not a center, but power forward. They need to fill out their top six. That's really, their bottom six has been great. Their defensemen they have good depth there and have some good young talent there, assuming Quinn Hughes resigns. They got to fill out the top six.
I'm not paying as close.
Hopefully a center, preferably a center.
I'm not paying as close attention to the Wild as I once did, but I remember we were waiting for Kaprizov to come, and he did. Isn't there another guy we've been waiting for, or were we? And he's already arrived. Did we have another name of another guy we were kind of waiting to come over from Russia?
Urov was probably that guy.
That was the guy.
We didn't wait as long as Kaprizov. He came out earlier.
So we don't have another guy waiting in the wings in Russia that we want.
Urov is going to be one of those guys that if he doesn't get traded, that during the offseason we're talking about, well, how can this team get better?
Okay.
He's a young player, and I thought for his age, I think he's had a good year. But you could get another level out of him next year.
Very good. We'll pause, come back, one more segment to go. We call the final segment of the show on a Friday. It's Victory Formation segment. That's next. Common Man Program on the Fan.
Wild fans, Game 3 goes outdoors Saturday at Grand Casino Arena. The party starts at 5, puck drops at 8. Free entry while space lasts, with food, drinks, live music, and of course Game 3 of Wild versus Avs. Parking will be busy, so plan ahead. Full info at wild.com/playoffs.
Couple 13-14 pastime common. He's 10 to be. This is the Victory Formation segment where if you think we've been running out the clock for most of the week, wait till you get a load of this last segment. 10 to be, it wouldn't be NFL offseason without this.
Mayday, mayday, mayday. Mayday, mayday, mayday. Time now for another edition of Mayday in Green Bay. An inside esoteric analysis of the Aaron Rodgers crisis in Titletown, USA.
John Breach writes for CBS Sports. Headline, Steelers general manager admits he has no idea where Aaron Rodgers is ahead of reported weekend meeting. Pittsburgh Steelers have been waiting all off season for Aaron Rodgers to make a decision about his future, and it looks like they might have to wait a little bit longer. There were reports on Thursday, that would be yesterday, that Rodgers would fly into Steel City today to potentially work out a new contract with the team. But as of Friday morning, the QB still hadn't arrived. Not only that, Steelers general manager Omar Khan has admitted he has no idea where he is. In an interview today, he said, I don't know where specifically Aaron is. Story goes on to say, okay, so that's not great. Of course, that would mean that Rodgers is on his, that could mean Rodgers is on his way to Pittsburgh, but Khan doesn't know where he's coming from. Could also mean that Khan actually has no idea where Rodgers is or if he's going to show up. On a positive note, Khan says he's had some good conversation with Rodgers this offseason after being asked whether the four-time MVP would be returning as the Steelers quarterback. Khan said, I can tell you that Aaron and McCarthy and Aaron's representatives have met. We've had some good conversations. We've had some good conversations since the season ended and since Mike got hired. It has been positive. Now, there's the tie between the two, right? McCarthy and Rodgers, did they play together?
Yeah, in Green Bay.
Yeah, right.
Won a big game together.
Yeah, that's right. So, and you know, I really think at this point, I don't really think Aaron has an ace up his sleeve, do you think? I mean, who else won? We talked about this the other day. I can't see another team out there. I guess we could be surprised, but is there another team out there that goes, we had Aaron Rodgers. That would be our ticket to getting, to making the playoffs and maybe getting to a big game. And then there might be a team, but he doesn't want to play unless he has a realistic chance of saying, well, I know the team I joined, we're probably making the playoffs, and then it's just a chip in a chair and a chance, right? I don't think he's going to come and play for the worst team in the league. I don't think I don't think he has any interest in that.
I think he's just trying to delay this as long as he can so he doesn't have to do any of those mini camps, OTAs. That's what he's trying to pull off here.
Yeah, that's probably right. I should have known better.
Because they're acting like money's the issue, which, one, like money wasn't a big issue for him last year.
Correct.
I don't know why that would be so much different this year. And two, if you're anywhere close on money, you would have had that discussion 3 months ago. Sure. The fact that you didn't, if money was the thing, you would have been, trying to give your services to other teams and let them know, hey, I'm available if you want me to quarterback.
Shifting gears to the Wolves, I'm stealing a bit on ESPN. They're going to talk in about 4 minutes about which Minnesota Timberwolf is under the most pressure. Do you think there's a Timberwolf that's under a lot of pressure, that more so than others? Would it be Ant just because the face of the franchise, top 10 player, they've gotten the Western Conference Finals 2 years in a row and haven't been able to get over the hump? And then when you look at, he's the face of the franchise, he's your superstar player. Is he under more pressure? Or
I always laugh when questions like this are posed at this time of the year, because the pressure is you want to win a big game.
Yeah.
A real athlete has self-imposed pressure on themselves just to win at the highest level. And if you don't, you're not going to survive at that level. I don't look at anyone on the Timberwolves, right? It's not like you have guys that are like, if you don't perform, you're not going to be on this team next year, right? Like, and especially coming off a series against Denver, I feel like there's some members of the team that had like legacy series where they kind of changed how we viewed their legacy. Mm-hmm. I thought Rudy Gobert was one of those, right?
Yep.
He changed the narrative about himself. So I don't think there's pressure on him in this series. And in that way, Jaden McDaniels had a bit of a legacy series against Denver with all the talking he was doing off the court, and then he went on the court and proved it. Chris Finch, the guy who's coached 2 Western Conference Finals, and then he pulled off an upset victory against a team without his best player and without, another player.
Yeah.
I don't think that an Ant. Well, how much pressure's on him? He's hurt. He's playing out there on one leg. So it's not like if they lose and he doesn't perform well in Minnesota, we're going, well, Anthony Edwards is awful. We got to get him out of here. We got to ship him out. I don't see anyone. I guess maybe Mike Conley because his career is winding down. Yeah. He's only got so much more time to win a ship, but I don't think there's a lot of individual pressure.
Well, they have to share the responsibility on Wembanyama, but it's kind of Rudy, one big guy against another big guy. So maybe there's pressure to, Rudy's got to do something to, and they were really good again in the first. Wembanyama, I mean, he had his 14 blocks. Well, actually 10, maybe even 9. The other 5 or 6 were goaltending calls. They weren't block shots. They offensively, he was single digits in points. I think he was much better the second game, but we'll see. I just hope when we come back Monday, we're playing. Nothing's going to stop us now.
I don't think there's any more pressure than the normal pressure of you win in the playoffs. It's just playoff pressure that everyone has equally.
I was feeling pressure to get to the end of that segment. That's why I brought it up, and you came through for me. I appreciate that because I think you're absolutely right. Thanks for having me.
Hey, great job.
You as well. We enjoyed our visit with you as we always do. We're back on Monday at 12 noon. Enjoy your weekend. Wish your mother a happy Mother's Day, please. And do something nice for her. Stick around. JG, Big Ticket. They're next, right here on the Fan.
Good night. Good morning. Good afternoon. And good night, Minnesota.
And good night, folks. And good night, Mrs. Calabash. Wherever you are.
Well done, young man. Listen back to any of Common Man's programs by podcasting on the iHeartRadio app or KFAN.com.